Hi there, folks. Jackie Shaw from Get Organized. I wanted to talk to you about year-end close 2023 because, as far as we're concerned, it's basically just about tax season. There's two important things that I want to share with you. The first one is if you want to get in the year-end queue, we will need your CPA documents before we can allow you in queue. Many of you have been able to get the CPA documents we need and deliver them on time, but unfortunately, this is something that some people are struggling with. And if we don't have your year-end 2022 CPA docs, we can't really confirm that your financials are accurate, which is the whole reason we do year-end close. So you can get in queue. Brian will be doing an announcement of people that get in queue. There is going to be a limited slots available, and so we want to make sure that you tell us as soon as possible if you would like assistance. And please do understand we will not be accepting clients that refuse to do extensions because there are often times when we cannot do anything about the delays. And so we don't want to set you up for failure by having certain clients say, well, I want to do this, but I refuse to do an extension. So if you're a person that doesn't want to do extensions, you might want to find someone else to help you with year-end close. The next most important thing I want to tell you about is we're not doing 1099s for anyone anymore. And let me explain why. I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain what you can do about it. Okay, so here's our world. What we do is starting out in the first part of January, those first couple weeks of January, we're diving right in, right? And we're trying to get things done. And our goal is to hit this first deadline. This first deadline is the end of January when the 1099s and W-2s are due. So we're working our way down the weeks. And the first thing we do in the first week or two is prep the reconciliation for your checking account. We do that because we want to make sure that all of the dollars that we have in QuickBooks going to your vendors is real money. We don't want to have a check that never cleared from 8 months ago end up on the 1099 for a vendor if it was an error. And so first thing we're going to do is prep your checking accounts, right? After we get done prepping the checking accounts, then we're going to head towards our deadline of getting those 1099s done. But heading into the first couple weeks of January, we're trying to get those 1099s out, second, third week of the month. But what happens is we keep running into clients that never delivered their W-9s and they weren't following the rules. So the W-9 rules state you're supposed to have a W-9 from people before you ever pay them any money. And so people that are not collecting W-9s up front end up slowing us down because now we have to go back to our protocols we were doing in November, December to make sure that you have all the information to do the 1099s. And then we go back to work heading down the months to try to get to this deadline. This situation of people not getting their W-9s to us, and I want to pause here and say to our clients that really came on board and were following the W-9 rules and giving us W-9s before we even asked for them, kudos to you and thank you so much. We want to say we really appreciate your efforts over the years, but unfortunately, a number of other clients are doing things like this. They're not getting the W-9 from their new landlord. They're not getting the W-9 from all the contractors. And then what we have with some clients that we work with, this constant back and forth of having to backtrack to things that should have been done in the prior year before ever giving the vendor any money. And we're playing this back and forth game all of January. This sets us up for failure. We end up being 2 and 3 weeks behind in the year-end closes as far as where I would like to be because we're doing this back and forth thing. And then we're often then not able to get everybody done by the deadline we're hoping for, which is around February 15th, 1 month before the corporation deadline. So because of this going on year over year, even though we've been mentoring clients and informing clients and educating clients about W-9s, because that part just isn't getting done, we're no longer going to do it. So my goal is the people that we sign up to do year-end close, we're going to have all of that done by March 15th. By the time the time changes in spring, I want to be done with this because we want to move on to all the other work we do for clients. This year, today, I sent a packet to a client for tax season 2022. It is September and I'm still dealing with tax things for clients. And I just don't want to do that anymore because we have so many other awesome things that we want to do with clients. So, in summary, we are here for you for tax season, absolutely. But there is going to be limited spaces. And so people are going to need to sign up and get in queue. And you're going to have your CPA docs turned in ahead of time. And reminder, no more 1099s. So what are you going to do about 1099s? Well, here's what I want you to do. It is still early enough in the year. I would like you to please contact your CPA, see if they do 1099s. Alternately, you can work with one of our trusted collaborators. Sarah at Bookkeeping Northwest is available to specifically help you with 1099s. She is a trusted collaborator of mine, and she often will process payroll. She does bookkeeping for people. So she is someone that can do the 1099s for you. I'm happy to provide her access to your files if we're in charge of the users on your files. And I'm happy to send whatever Sarah needs or whatever the CPAs need. But we're going to be doing one more W-9 audit for clients as we go into this fall season. And then you are on your own for 1099s, both knowing who to collect them for, getting the W-9s collected, and then making sure these 1099s are processed before the end of January. And that's your year-end close update for 2023.